Hello airsofters, hope you're all having fun in quarantine. Yeah. I'm going to do a quick video today because despite having a look on YouTube and wherever you can, just looking around, you can't find anything on hop units for this bad boy. WE Apache MP5 SD3 gas blowback submachine gun. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you quickly how to get the hop unit out of one of these bad boys. And it's a bad boy because it's inconsistent as fucking shit. So what we're going to do is quite simple. There's a couple of things that are wrong with the hop unit on these, which cause it just to kind of just go all over the place. So I really like the MP5. Playing the new Modern Warfare has kind of reignited my love for it, so I just had to get another one. And this one's coming from KY Airsoft in Hong Kong. Fresh coronavirus, let's go. Right, so what you've got to do is remove the handguard first, which I can always make look easier off camera. So that slides off. Simply prise it off and off it comes. Next we need to take off the suppressor. That just unscrews normally. Now this is the hardest bit of the job. Thankfully it won't be too hard for me because I've already done it. So if I position my lovely lamp on the rubber screwdriver, here is a pin. This is a friction held in pin, and when you get one of these guns you need to observe what side has been punched in. So on my one you can probably just see the light nicking the dimple where it's been hit with a punch. So the people from the factory have hit the pin going this way, so it's going in this way, and these pins have serrations that dig into the metal to lock it in place. Now these are ridiculously tough, so what you want to do is get a piece of wood, something you can carefully rest the gun up against. Be careful with the charging handle. It might be worth actually taking the rest of the gun apart, field stripping it, and then you need to get a 3mm nail. So all I did was I used an old nail which I've flattened off to make a makeshift punch. You'd come from the opposite direction, so you'd flip the gun over, stick it in there, and then punch out. So where I've already done this the other day, it should just fall straight out. So when you go to put this back in, don't punch it in too mad because you'll struggle to get it out in the future. So now you've done that, pull the bolt back. If necessary, just dismantle the gun. Putting it back doesn't necessarily mean you can't get it out. It just, because the nozzle's all the way forward, it's been pressed into the chamber. And that's it, out she comes. Put the gun to one side. So here's the hop unit. You've got a makeshift, can't remember exactly what these are, but the real still SD3, SD1 has that, because that's where I'm assuming that's where the gas vents into the suppressor to silence it. So to dismantle the hop unit, I've already been in it before, very, very simple. Here's a clip at the back. Pop that off. Remove this first piece, unscrews normally, place it to one side. There is an O-ring on the front. If it wants to come off for me, that would be absolutely lovely right now. There we go, there she goes. That first O-ring keeps the hop wheel, which is this piece, snug and stop it from moving around when you fire the gun. Not that that normally happens. Next, there is another large O-ring here, large thin one. Just pop that off. There you go. Now what you can do, if you like, you can lift up the hop arm, remove your nub. Now this isn't the nub that comes with the gun. This is a Element H nub, which I've modified to fit. They're a little tight in there normally. Now there's two screws. You want to use a small quality screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver. Be careful not to round off the head, not the hex, because that's an Allen key. These only need to be nipped up when you reassemble. Okay, that should be it. We're in. Now, once you've done all of that, if you take off the hop arm, there normally is in here an O-ring, a really fat O-ring. What that does, it pushes the hop arm to one side. Now, WE created, this is their Gen 2 hot rubber, so this is the correct hot rubber. I have been in here before, but I've been trying to sort out the inconsistency with the hop at the moment. It is a form of flat hop, so when you look on the inside, probably, maybe, possibly, can't really see that because focus, no such thing as focus on here. There's a bit of a flat, like an R hop. And what I tend to find is, unless you're probably using a really heavy weight, on the lowest setting, it's still lifting the BBs up too much. It's overhopping way too much. And also, slight complaint with WE and their barrels is, what on earth is this? Just the size of that hot window is tiny. But there you go. Never mind. So, gonna try Element H nub and the almighty modified tan bucking. I'll run this bucking in my MWS with a H nub and it rocks. It is the dog's gonads. Really like this. I've had to nick this out of my MP7. My MP7 is a bit temperamental. I don't really use it that much, so I'm going to try and use the MP5 more, so this will be going in there. As I said, I run this in my TMNWS and also in my low dual 350 FPS VSR 10, and it works really well. So for £10, these are just a standard mound bucking. They're very consistent. I've been running these for well over a year or so in my NWS, and these are my go-to buckings. As much as the R-Hop style ones are really good and people rave about them, I find if you don't get it 100% perfect, and let's face it, you're not going to get it perfect all the time, your BBs will just veer to either side or they'll just overhop. But that's me personally. You know, I run now I'm going to go back to using a Autobot in my HK45, try that out for a little while, but I just tend to find it to be a little inconsistent for my liking. I ran this bucking in my HK45 and it was lovely, so that's why I went into the MP7 and now it's going into this. So yes, I think I've raved about the Mod Tan in another video, but yeah, that's how you do the MP5's hop unit. Reassembly is the exact same as disassembly, but obviously remove that O-ring, leave it out, that way the hop arm will sit central inside the hop unit. And then, just as I said, don't put this pin all the way home because it is a bastard to get out. And there you go. That is for the SD3 or SD1. Whether it's any different for the standard front end A3s or A1s, I don't know, because I've not owned one of them. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have, please give it a like, and hopefully you'll take care and stay safe during this difficult time. Take care, guys.